Hi everyone, hope you all are good. We are here for grade 10 maths. So you can find all the lessons on aplusstudents.com. You have to log in there using your email address and password is provided by the administrator. Then you have to select math from the subject tab. Scroll down to grade 10 and then click on view all lessons. There you can find a list of the chapters. So today we're going to start with the chapter factoring, that is factor by grouping. Then we'll start the new chapter, that is linear functions. The lesson we're going to cover is identify linear functions. So let's just start with the first lesson. That is from the chapter factoring. And you can find the chapter factoring and linear functions both on grade 9 aplusstudents.com. So here I am on grade 9 maths, and the chapter we're going to start is linear function, and the lesson with the factoring, and the lesson we're going to cover today is okay, the lesson is factor by grouping. Let's just start with the lesson. Okay, let's just start with the first example, that is 10x cubed plus 5x squared 9 minus 14x minus 7. If a polynomial has 4 terms, you may be able to factor by grouping. Once the terms are in standard order, factor out the greatest common factor of the first 2 terms and then GCF of the second 2 terms. If the expressions are in parentheses match, you can factor by grouping. Okay, so basically whenever you have the 4 terms, you have to make the groups. Got it? So just arrange them. Um, okay, just arrange them according to their exponent wise. Here you have 10x cubed plus 5x squared minus 14x minus 7. So here you have 10x cubed and 5x squared. You can take common 5x squared from here. You are left with then 2x plus 1. Then you take common negative 7 and you are left with 2x plus 1. So the factors are 5x squared minus 7 times 2x plus 1. Let's just start with the practice questions. Okay, 10x cubed, that's the one we just did. It would be 5x squared minus 7 times 2x plus 1. That would be option number 2. Okay, the next one is 10v cubed plus, let me just write it down, 5v squared. Okay, 10v cubed plus 5v squared minus 18v minus 9. Okay, from these two you can take common 5v square. So you're left with 5 times 2 is 10 and v plus 1. Then from here you can take common 9. Sorry, you can take common 9. You're left with 9 times 2 is 18 and plus 1. So you can see 2v plus 1 and 2p plus 1 is a common factor, and you are left with 5v square minus 9. That means the factors are 5v square minus 9 times 2v plus 1. So the correct option is 5v square minus 9 times 2v plus 1. Option number 2 is the correct option. Okay, the next one is 9w square 9w cube plus 9w square minus 5w minus 5. Let me just write it down on the board. 9w cube plus 9w square 9w cube plus 9w square minus 5w minus 5. Okay, so from here you can take common 9w square. You are left with w plus 1. From here you can take common negative 5 and you are left with w plus 1. So you can see w plus 1 and w plus 1 is a common factor. You can take common and you are left with 9 square minus 5. So it is w plus 1 times 9w square minus 5. That would be option number 1 is the correct option. Okay, the next one is 3r cube minus 3r square minus 10r plus 1. So plus 10. So which is the correct option? You can take common 3r square and you're left with r minus 1. That means the correct option is option number 2. Okay, the next one is 8q cube minus 8q square minus q plus 1. So you can take common 8q square, you are left with q minus 1. So it would be the second option, 8q square minus 1 times q minus 1. It would be the second option. Okay, the next one is 5y cube plus 5 plus 20y square minus y minus 4. Let me just write it down on the board. 5y cube plus 20y square minus y minus 4. Okay, so from here we're going to take common 5y square. So you are left with y plus 4. 5 times 4 is 20, so you are left with y plus 4. So from here you can take common minus 1 and you are left with y plus 4. So that means the factors are y plus 4 and 5y square minus 1. Okay. The next one is 5m square, 5m cube minus 5m square plus 8m minus 8. So which is the correct option? The correct option is option number 1. It would be 5m square plus 8 times m minus 1. Okay, n cube plus n square plus 9n plus 9. So which is the correct option? It would be n square plus 9 times n plus 1. That is option number 1. So which is the correct option? 2q plus 4q square minus 7q minus 14. So which is the correct option? Yes, that would be option number 2. It is 2q square minus 7nq plus 2. Okay, the next one is 7z cube minus 14z square plus 6z minus 12. So which is the correct option? It would be option number 1, 7z square plus 6 and z minus 2. That would be option number 2. Okay, the next one is okay, 18q cube minus 9q square plus 8q minus 4. So which is the correct option? 9q square plus 4 and 2q minus 1. Option number 1 is the correct option. Okay, 15w cube minus 3w square plus 20w minus 4. So which is the correct option? It would be option number 1 is the correct option. Okay, the next one is 14w cube minus 4w square minus 7w plus 2. So which is the correct option? That is option number 1, 2w square minus 1 and 7w minus 2. Okay, n cube plus 3n square minus 5n minus 15. So which is the correct option? It would be n square minus 5 times n plus 3. That is option number 2 is the correct option. Okay, 7m cube minus 14m square minus 6m plus 12. So which is the correct option? That is 7m square minus 6 times m minus 2. That is the correct option. The correct option is 2x square minus 9 times 2x minus 1. Oh, that would be 2x square plus 9 times 2x minus 1. Okay, we are done with the lesson. Let's just move on to the next lesson. We're going to start the new chapter that is from grade 9. The chapter is linear functions. So let's just start with the new lesson. Here is the chapter linear functions. Let's just start with the lesson. First lesson, that is identify linear functions. Okay, so the graph shows a function. Is this function linear or non-linear? Linear word is related to line. That means if the graph has the straight line, that means the function is linear. Otherwise, the function is non-linear. So the given graph is the straight line. So that means this is a linear function. Got it? So a function whose graph is a straight line is a linear function. The graph of a non-linear function is not a straight line. Got it? Let's just start with the okay, the graph shows a function. Is the function linear or non-linear? This is a straight line, so it is a linear function. The graph shows a function. Is the function linear or non-linear? It would be non-linear, not a straight line, so it would be non-linear. Okay, the graph shows a function. Is the function linear or non-linear? It would be the linear function. The graph shows a function. Is the function linear or non-linear? Yes, this is the linear function. Okay, the graph shows a function. Is the function linear or non-linear? It would be non-linear function. Okay, the graph shows a function. Is the function linear or non-linear? This is the non-linear function. Okay, the graph shows the function. Is this function the linear or non-linear? It's a straight line, so it is a linear function. The graph shows the function. Is the function linear or non-linear? It is the non-linear function. The graph shows a function. Is the function linear or non-linear? This is a linear function. The graph shows a function. Is the function linear or non-linear? It is the linear function. The graph shows a function. Is the function linear or non-linear? It is a non-linear function. It would be the non-linear function. The graph shows a function. Is the function linear or non-linear? It is the linear function. The graph shows the function. Is the function linear or non-linear? It would be the linear function. The graph shows a function. Is the function linear or non-linear? Non-linear it is. The graph shows a function. Is the function linear or non-linear? Non-linear it is. The graph shows the function. Is this function linear or non-linear? Linear function. The graph shows a function. Is this function linear or non-linear? Non-linear function it is. The graph shows a function. Is the function linear or non-linear? It would be a linear function. The graph shows a function. Is the function linear or non-linear? It would be the linear function. Okay, we are done with the lesson. So we're working on grade 10 maths. We've started with the chapter factoring, and the lesson we have covered is factor by grouping. Then we have started the linear functions, and the lesson we just completed is identify linear functions. Please make sure before the next session you have to complete all the test questions for the lessons we did today. So if you need more help with the lesson, you can contact any tutor on the Skype. They are available from Monday to Friday, 5 to 9. That's all for today. See you in the next session. Bye, everyone.